Ooh, yep, I'm live. Ooh, I'm live officially. Hello, everybody. Let me increase the volume. Just waiting for people to come. Hello, everybody. Happy Sunday. It's an amazing day to be happy, to go live and stuff like that. Let me drink water. Say hi. I want to know where you're watching me from. Excuse me. I want to know where you're watching me from. I'm just going to go ahead as usual and share from my angle. Happy Sunday. Hope this video is meeting you well. Hope you're great and good. Amazing, beautiful people. Today it's a great day. How is your weather over where you're watching me from? Let me know how it is going with you and stuff like that. Very. Can you hear me from your angle? Let me know. Do, 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 do. Okay. I'm sharing. Hello, everybody. Today is a Sunday. How is your week going? Or how is your weekend rather? From my end, is good. The weather is good. It's warm, pretty warm today. So everything is perfecto. Let me go ahead and share one more time. Yeah. Okay, guys. So this is a great day. You know, it's a day to be happy, make merry, jubilate, and every good thing. So today I want us to talk about like a very important topic, and actually, I want us to talk about porn, how it's affecting relationships and all whatnot. So this gets me thinking. If you are new to my channel, guys, you're so welcome. It's always a pleasure having you around. And happy Sunday, Vio. How you doing, sweetheart? How is Canada? How is the baby doing and everything? Hope you're good. I've been watching your videos. It's been like perfect. It's been on point and everything. You said interesting topic. Today actually I get to the bottom of this because it got me thinking. There's like a lot of people want to say that, oh, it's good to watch porn when you're in a relationship. Some people are against it and all of that, but today I really want to talk about how does this tool or this thing, how does it, or how is it affecting relationships? Because at the end of the day, a lot of people, thank God, I'm grateful, and thank God that you guys are doing great. That's the most important thing. So one of the things that really got me thinking was, hey, this porn, how did it even come to, light right now that a lot of people are actually consuming it? A lot of people are like, hey, you know what? Let's do it. I can't do without it. It might sure that, hey, we are together. So the thing is, a relationship involves two people. It's not a community. It's not about an external person. I'm all for the fact that if you are with somebody, you have to be with them. You have to actually be with them, love them. And it's not about bringing external people into your relationship. So first of all, I want I just want to put this out there that porn is an industry. Pornography is an industry where people are bent to make money. Those people have been wired in such a way that they want to make money. So it doesn't matter how they will get it done. They just need money for, their hard work and all of that. So consuming this more than singles, because some people will say, oh, it's just to make me happy. It's just to make me excited. It's just to make me feel good. It's just to make me feel like, this and that. But at the end of the day, you are in a relationship. If you are with your partner, you should be able to consume that in a very good and holy way. However, on the other side, if you are bringing two, three, four, five people, they are all external people. They are not people that you will say, oh, these people are part of my relationship. Like I always say, and it's like a ringing tone on my channel, that a lot of people out here are in a relationship, but they can't communicate. You waste your time. Why? Because that relationship, it's not going to work. Why? Because you are not communicating with that person. You are not talking with that person. So if you can't talk with your partner, the relationship will go nowhere. So I've come to realize that a lot of people are suffering in relationships. A lot of people are out there like, oh, I'm in a relationship. It's just for the sake of it. The other day I was talking to somebody and they were like, oh my gosh, When are you going to get married? No, Africans have a time that they always like to rush you. When are you getting married? When are you having kids? Somebody's journey is not the same like yours. So this actually brings us to today's topic: how porn is ruining your relationship. You can be watching me. Maybe you are in a relationship, or you're planning to get into a relationship, or you were in a relationship and it did not work out. One of the reasons why your relationship probably fails week in, week out, year in, year out, you are consuming this and you are in a relationship. I'm telling you that that relationship is not going to work. There are so many reasons why I would say, oh, it's good to be in a relationship. You shouldn't be in a relationship because of porn whatsoever. Today, I just want to dive straight in. On my channel, I have lots and lots of videos about, first of all, how to get into a relationship. You have red flags of, to know if you're in a right relationship, red flags to see if that relationship is for you, and all whatnot, guys. Today, I don't want to take so much of your time. I'll just be here for a few minutes and we are gone. Let's talk about this porn thing. Like I said, that porn is an industry. They are wired so much so that you are actually promotion ad. I'm sorry about the noise. How you doing? How is Cameron? Or are you back in Dubai? How you doing, sir? So it's really crazy because, like I was saying, that they have wired everything and everybody to be that, hey, they'll make your mind or trick your brain to think that, you know what, this is what I need to do. If I watch this porn, I'm going to, it's like going to be an enjoyable moment. It's going to be an enjoyable time. You forgot, like I said, that anything, like I said in my last live stream, social ever on social media, but there's a lot of fake on social media as well. A lot of fake is going on. Lots of people come on there and put whatsoever. If those people acting porn fake anything, you will not even know it. Why? Because you were not there at the time when that movie was being produced, or they were doing that shot. One thing, there was this movie, I forgot the title. I watched that movie and they said that movie was acted just in one house, like one big place. And this movie looks so real. You would think they spend lots of money and everything. So everything can be maximized. Hi, woman of God, consistent place. How you doing, ma'am? So that. Like I was saying, porn is created to make you to keep coming, to keep going. Remember that even the Bible says, as a man thinketh, so is he. So you will begin to act. Your life will begin that route, not necessarily because you have always wanted to be like that, but because when you begin to feed your brain, when you begin to feed your brain things that are not supposed to be in your brain, you begin to live like that. You begin to act like that. This gets me thinking, if someone is very educated, they begin to live that lifestyle of what they taught them or what they know, and you begin to enjoy your life, or your life will be based off of what you know. If you don't know about anything, you will not be able to know or live that thing. You will not be able to express your feelings or emotions or anything because you don't know what that is. For example, most people, they know about Africa in quotes because of the things that people have told them about Africa. I still get people ask me questions like, oh, in Africa, do you guys have an airport? Do you guys have planes and all of that? Why do they ask those questions? Why are they ignorant? Because that is what they have been taught. That is what they have fed them. Those are the kind of pictures that they see. In Africa, people don't know a lot maybe about, when you travel to developed countries, why they just see pictures. They think it's all glamorous and stuff. It's the same thing with porn. You don't know what goes on in that industry. You have just heard about it. You have probably watched your relationship so much so that you'll be like marveled and amazed. The very first thing I want us to talk about is when you watch porn a lot and you are in a relationship, the very first thing that it does to you is it makes you set unrealistic goals. This gets me thinking, when we talk about unrealistic goals, I'm on my channel, I'm all for, setting goals, do this and think this way and all of that. Why do I always tell people watching me, like, you have to set goals? Life is all about setting goals, realistic goals, of course, and then you realize them and you will realize that you are growing. However, for example, if you watch a pornographic video, maybe it's 3 hours, you will not be, having sex with someone for 3 hours, 4 hours. There are many things to do about life. And I always say this. And one thing too, my pastor had said one time, he said, what, like your looks, outward looks will always make you to have an opportunity. So your appearance will make you to be in a relationship. But what is going to keep you in that relationship is going to be your character, is going to be who you are, the real you, which is what is inside of you. So your brain is what's going to keep your relationship as well. If you are someone you don't think, maybe focus thoughts and stuff like that, your relationship is not going to work either. So if you build all your mind, your energy, your emotions around porn, that is the only thing that you will be thinking, because the little minutes you have, you're trying to get maybe on your TV, your tablet, your phone, or whatever, and watch it. It's going to make you, when you're addicted to it, it makes you set unrealistic goals. Oh, my partner needs to do this. Oh, my partner needs to be like this. No, your partner doesn't have what not. Your partner doesn't have to be like that person. Your partner needs to be like your partner. I say this all the time, that we all need to be a better version of ourselves. But remember, you cannot be a better version of yourself if you don't try to be the best that you can be. And that involves, thank you so much, woman of God, consistent listening from the store. Hope you please buy me some yummy things, maybe a cold bottle of drink or water or something. About the fact that lots of people, spend all their time on social media and neglect their spouse. Because the first thing is, when you take all your mind, your energy, your emotions, and everything, and you put on a tablet or on an electronic, watching or consuming this product without your partner, first of all, you're setting unrealistic goals. Those things are faked. Those things are acted. Those things are not real, but you fed your mind with it, and that's all that your mind keeps processing. Remember that your mind or your brain is very important. It's like the store unit. It's like a CPU. It's like it stores every information. So when you sit and you are on your own, that starts ringing a bell. Your partner will be, and maybe nothing close to those people. Why? Because your partner is your partner. Your partner is unique in their own way. The next thing is, when you set these unrealistic goals and your partner cannot even meet them, what happens? You start drifting away, right? It causes isolation, because you will prefer to spend all your time watching that, and your partner will be on their own. Remember that distance, a lot of people are in relationships, but they are so distant from each other. There was something I spoke about. I was talking to one of my friends who, by the grace of God, she's married. And I was telling her that, you know what? Sometimes I will have a problem that children are, or a child is an addition to your relationship. So that means that when you have children, you don't have to neglect your husband. You do not have to neglect, your partner or your wife, because you now have children. What do you have to do? What you ought to do is, you have to still put your partner first, and those kids are just secondary, because like I said, your kids will spend maximum of 25 years with you. They'll either be married or they will go off to college. And who are you going to be with in the house? Your husband or your wife? Both of you will become strangers. So this, watching them thinking, oh, this is what it's supposed to be like. But what happens on the other side? Your partner is naked. Your partner feels like, oh, I'm not wanted. Your partner feels like, oh my gosh, I'm good for nothing. Why? Because you set those goals like that. You made it happen like that. You set unrealistic goals. And the next thing that was happening was that you became isolated. You drift yourself apart. Maybe you go to work. When you come back, you don't even want to talk. You don't say, oh, babe, how was your day? What did you eat today? You don't even check on your partner. Maybe yesterday your partner loved red. They still say, oh, I married my partner 10 years ago, or we've been in a relationship for 10 years or 5 years or 2 years, and they've always liked white or red. And you, all the time, you keep buying things, red things, and trust is built. And for any relationship, when you communicate, you need to trust. you need to trust that person. And trust is earned. Trust is not just dashed or given out like that. You need to build that trust up. When you spend time with somebody, you begin to win that person over to you. It's the same thing. Don't expect to be on your phone watching things that don't even make any sense, and then you expect your partner to draw closer to you. No, it's not going to happen. So I know we spoke about it ruins it. It makes you guys drift apart. Remember that when there's so much isolation, what happens? Your partner becomes so insecure. Your partner will become so insecure. Why? Because, hey, this is what I've always wanted. I've always wanted to be with you. But now I'm so insecure because, hey, this is what you spend all your time doing. Like I said, you are watching people that are unrealistic. You're watching people that are not even real people. You're watching things and feeding yourself. And, for women, sometimes, if we, like I always say, that women love when they are outgoing, all beautiful and in quotes beautiful, of which she is beautiful, and maybe she gained some weight and all whatnot, and maybe she's insecure about the fact that, oh, I was so skinny, and right now I've gained so much weight, so I'm suffering from a little bit of insecurity because of that. And you spend all your time watching porn. You spend all your time just sitting there, and boom, you're just watching, and you don't have this lady's time. What do you think that your wife is going to think? She's probably going to be feeling so bad. She's going to be like, oh my gosh, I'm not good enough. Oh my God, because I gained so much weight, my partner doesn't like me. Oh my gosh, my partner is doing this, he's doing that, he's this and that and all whatnot. And this lady is definitely not going to be happy because she feels so insecure about everything. She's going to feel so insecure. One thing, I have a video on my channel talking about, insecurity, and how, women, at some pointer, or your partner will not just be insecure. Generally, there are some people who are just insecure. Generally, they're not, like, oh, I'm worthy of, so they are just feeling insecure. That's different. But there are some people, if you have had your partner for a while, and they have never been insecure, they've never raised an eyebrow and all whatnot, and you guys are in that relationship, and one thing, out of the blues, your partner becomes insecure, like, oh, what are you doing? Why are you on your phone? Probably they've seen some pointers. Probably they've gone, up and realize that this was not how this thing used to be before. So they are always like, oh my gosh, they want to know what's going on. They want to see what's going on and all whatnot, guys. So if you give your partner a reason to actually think, or if you give your partner a reason to think that, well, I don't think I'm beautiful enough or handsome enough, and they're watching porn, guys, I'm telling you that thing is going to ruin your relationship. Give me a comment. I want to see, what do you think? Do you think that porn actually ruins relationships? Do you think that porn can actually destroy your relationship? Has porn ever destroyed your relationship before? Has porn, have you ever been a victim of porn where, you have a partner, or you yourself have been watching it and it actually ruined your relationship because you spend so many hours on there watching imaginary people, or, and all whatnot and all those kind of stuff? Let me know, guys. Yep. We spoke about the fact that porn makes you set unrealistic goals, and because you set these unrealistic goals, it will make you, kind of isolate yourself from your partner, because you will think, in quotes, that you're not even going to be satisfied. When it comes to satisfaction, maybe in a relationship, or when it comes to sex and stuff like that, or sexual satisfaction, it's a matter of the brain or your mind, and that alone, it's not something that is built overnight. Remember, like I said, that if you break trust, like I said, trust is earned. If you break your trust, or if you break the trust that your partner has for you, you have to earn it. So it's very important. However, for any relationship to actually move, for any relationship to actually grow and stuff like that, you need to be able to forgive. To forgive, you need to learn to forgive, because when you forgive, I'm telling you that you will see that your relationship is actually moving, like from higher heights, like onto higher heights from, they'll say like from glory to glory. It's going to move progressively. But if you don't communicate, if you don't trust your partner, if you are not a forgiving person, it's not going to work. So these are the things that porn can do to you, to your relationship. Oh, you know what? I don't watch porn and all whatnot. Most people do. Some may not even tell you. And it's creeping into relationships and destroying a lot of people. And the funny thing is, a lot of people would think that, oh my gosh, it's only for single people. A lot of married people and people in a relationship are consuming it, and it's ruining them. It's so detrimental to them, but they cannot see it, or they see it, but they cannot, acknowledge the fact that it is doing more harm than good to them. So this gets me thinking, before I did this video, someone called me and was like, oh, hey, what's up? I'm like, oh, I'm good. How are you? They're like, oh, fine. And they were like, was like, oh, okay, that's good. So he now was like, what are you going to talk about? So I told him what I'm going to talk about. And he said, some people do that because, if your partner doesn't understand, especially you guys women or you women, you will actually just go show them the video and tell them, hey, you know what? This is what I'm talking about, and he had a point, but this gets me thinking, do you have to show a video to really explain what you want? Talking to him one time, he told me, he said, oh, you know what? I said, no. He said, beauty always fades, and that's the truth. Beauty will always fade. One thing people misunderstand or misquote is they will always tell you that, oh, a woman's beauty fades 20 years old, and when they're 30 years old, and when they'll be 40, it doesn't matter whether you're a man or a woman, irrespective of who fades faster than whoever. So your relationship to work out, it's not about you, running and saying, oh, you know what? Let me watch porn and it's going to satisfy your relationship malfunction. Because if you have a relationship malfunction, you need to address that. Hi, Sister Tete. Thank you so much for coming in. How you doing? Guys, go check Tete out. She's doing YouTube videos too, and she's cooking and showing us some yummy food. She has a very beautiful daughter. So it's really crazy because when your relationship or when you have a relationship malfunction, you actually twist it to say, oh my God, oh, my wife or my husband is not satisfying me in bed. So you actually run and you are using that porn as an escape route or an escape route for you to do whatsoever. You are a very poor person when it comes to just communicating with your wife. You have a very bad attitude when it comes to apologizing, when it comes to, confronting somebody with a situation. Like I said, I'm a person who is all for, what, if you wrong me, let's talk about it and move on. Don't come tomorrow and just because you did some terrible thing yesterday, you think I should just forgive you. Oh yeah, let's move on like it never happened. No, we have to talk about it and then move on. So some people use this porn thing as an avenue that, oh, you know what? Let me just escape from talking to my wife or talking to my husband or talking to my partner, and let me escape it and let me just watch porn. Remember that whatever you have in your life is always going to be a barrier. Whatever it is that you have in your life, it's always going to be a barrier in your life. So until you begin to face the giant in your life, you will not use porn as an excuse to say, you know what, my partner has not been talking to me. Oh, my partner is not like this. My partner is not like that, because porn is destructive. That is the reason why porn was created, to destroy, to distract. So when you cannot come to your relationship and say, you know what, I'm sorry, I really apologize for this. You now decide to take it the other route of escape to watch porn is going to do more harm than good to you. I always say this, you cannot take dirty clothes, and wear, or you cannot say, oh, I'm not going to shower for a week. You don't shower, but every day you change clothes, you spray your perfume and you think that's it. You just mask it up. Remember, everybody may be looking at me like, oh, you know what? You're well dressed, you smell good. but right on the inside, I know I haven't taken a shower. So it's the same thing. You can't use porn, or you cannot use porn as an escape route or an escape route, saying, you know what, I am going to be watching porn because my partner cannot satisfy me, or because my partner is very nagging, or my partner is very abusive. You have to face that abusiveness. You have to face the problem that it is that you have in your relationship for you to be able to actually move to the next. And the funny thing is that, like I said before, when I just started, I said that porn actually has to do with your mind. But that's not true. Yeah, it does. It does actually. Porn brings you or gives you a lot of sexual dissatisfaction. A lot of people be like, I don't think so. But yeah, it does, because you are just watching it. Remember that the problem stems off from having unrealistic goals. Oh, this is what should happen. Oh, this is what is happening. When it doesn't happen the way you always want it to happen, what is going to happen next? What's going to happen next? You'll be like, oh my God, dissatisfied. Oh, this is not what I wanted, and all whatnot, right? That's the same thing. You will be dissatisfied. Watching porn will not make you satisfied. Remember, there's going to be even this sense of worthlessness, like, oh my gosh, I'm all by myself. Because remember, you'll be isolated. You are the one pleasuring yourself. You're just, and that's a medium. Spiritually, even when you keep watching porn, it destroys you. You open like channels, demonic channels to you, to your life, and it's going to attack you and all whatnot. It's going to give you this sense of worthlessness, this sense of, oh my gosh, I don't think I'm worthy. Oh my gosh, I don't think I'm beautiful enough, or I'm handsome enough. Remember, you're doing that by yourself. You are addicted to it. A lot of things in your life will start being destroyed because, hey, all the time you are watching that. That is time that you could use to do some productive things. You spend 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours watching that continuously. Why? You are sexually unsatisfied, emotionally unsatisfied, financially unsatisfied, because when you spend all your time watching that, it doesn't bring you any money in. You're just wasting your time. That is time that you could use to do something very important in your life, for your life, and all what drains you in every aspect of your time. Why? Of your life, rather. Why? Because it wastes your time. What happens at the end of the day? You are very, 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 very unsatisfied. You are dissatisfied at everything. Why? Because that is a portal or a channel that you opened up. I don't know if you are still watching me. Please give me a thumbs up. And it actually means so much to me, guys. Remember, excuse me. Remember, I'd spoken about the fact that porn even brings a lot of feeling of insecurity to you. All they are doing is just watching videos. All they do is just talking and talking and talking and talking. And what is going to happen? You'll definitely be like, oh my gosh, I don't think this relationship is going to work, and all of that. I want you, the next thing I want to talk about is the fact that porn makes your partner dehumanize you, or it's like it makes you to just objectify your partner. It makes you think that, oh, your partner is just like an object, a sexual object, which is not the truth. Are like sexual objects. And that's something that, where I'm coming from is kind of different. A lot of people don't even like think, or they don't even think about it like that. They don't consume it like that. So everything to them is like, oh, this lady, that's, when they see a woman, it's like the next thing that comes to their mind is like a sexualized object of women. And that thing, it stems off from, porn, because a lot of people see that, oh, this is it. And some people will like, although there are many other things that, can play a role or a factor, that is because you have been sexualized, you have been objectified. They think that this lady, what you're good for or what you are good at is just that. So you have nothing to offer to the table. You have nothing to bring to the table. That's what porn can even do to somebody. Because some women, you will see them, they'll be like, oh my gosh, this is what I need to do, watch all the time. Oh, this person, like I always said, a relationship, sex is good. Don't get me wrong, that thing anymore. And a relationship, for any relationship to really work, involves two people. Like I always say all the time, two people have to come together. They have to talk about it like, hey, you know what? I love you. I trust you. Let's do this together. You build yourselves up. The reason for being in a relationship is not to dehumanize somebody. It's not to objectify somebody. It's not to make someone feel bad, but it's about building the other person up. Remember that when you come, you're not coming to complete that person per se. You are complete on your own. You're coming to just add some flavor to that person's life. You are an addition to that person, not a time when you keep like, oh, spending all your time on it. Oh my gosh, this is what's gonna happen and all whatnot. Listen, it's gonna destroy your relationship, and you totally find yourself, or you finally realize that you are in a relationship, or you have been in a relationship with a total stranger. Imagine, dating someone or married to somebody for 10 years, and all they do is just watching porn. After that, it's draining emotionally, physically, and every other aspect of their life. So when you are so tired and all whatnot, what you are, you guys are strangers to each other. You haven't been learning yourself. You haven't been getting to know yourself so much or so well. Just because your partner loved tea yesterday, today they may love coffee. Tomorrow they may love something else. However, if you are just there sitting watching, hey, your partner doesn't want that. Your partner doesn't care for that. Excuse me. So what are you going to do? You are in a stranger with them. Sorry, you are become a stranger with your own partner under the same roof. So what's gonna happen? Divorce goes up. So one of the things that porn does is that it acts hard. It's all those negative things. It's all those bad things. But what's gonna happen? I'm in the same house with a stranger. You are in the same house with a stranger. That's your partner, anyways. And sometimes when you sit, you be like, you know what? It's always going to be greener on the other side. The only thing you have to do, have a divorce and move on. Sometimes, I tell people, sometimes, and today, or it was yesterday, I was talking to someone. I said, it's better for you to be single and happy than to be married and you're unhappy, praying every day that, oh my gosh, you know what I need? That being in a relationship involves, you know, two grown adults. It's not about having tantrums. I was talking to someone today too, and they were like, oh, as a woman, if you're in a relationship, oh, you have to learn to submit, oh, you have to learn. I say, yes, you submit. But remember, I love the fact that they said submit. Remember that irrespective of the fact that you are submitting, the man has to love you. If your man loves you enough, he won't be going to watch some other lady's nakedness. If your man loves you enough, he will not be, he wants your relationship to work. He won't give you that sense of, you are a sexualized person, or he will not objectify you like you are just a piece of wood. You have no feelings. Like I always say that blood, they say that blood follows the veins, or the blood flows through the veins. So you have blood flowing through your body, through your veins. Yeah, Tete is saying porn can be addictive as well. Right. Some people are addicted to watching porn. That's right. Some people are addicted to watching that. And that's where, you spend all your time, either just woman, you go to work, because for me, when I sit and look at it, if relationship is even a godly relationship, your husband or your wife should be able to respect you. They won't go around doing some crazy things that doesn't make any sense. I believe so much. I don't know what other people think. Watching porn is as good as cheating, because hey, you're watching somebody else's nakedness, irrespective of the fact that you may not be seeing them. With eyes, your eyes are like a window. Let's just go back to the Bible, for example. David touched, and you cannot send or call those people to come to you. But David was just somewhere, and he saw somebody taking a bath. The lady was naked. What happened? He called for the lady, liked the lady, killed the husband, and took the wife. So imagine what porn can do. It can do crazy, terrible things. You can see people on social media being obsessed with somebody who maybe is a porn star or whatever. They can go an extra mile. People can do anything that they want to do to get what they really want. If David could even kill somebody's wife and take the wife, what more of nowadays where it's very bad and evil? I don't know what my partner wants. I don't even know what my partner likes. So guess what? I'm done. Let's all move on. Nobody for that. That's what they will say. I also believe strongly that when you are addicted to porn and all of that, there's this feeling, this bad feeling, like it makes you even feel bad because a lot of people who do that, who are addicted, they spend their hours. When you are done, it's like, your brain triggers something. And for you to have a satisfaction every time you have to do what you did more than yesterday or before, for you to be able to even be satisfied. What am I trying to say? If let's say before you were watching for a minute, okay, I'm done. Before you know, you start watching for like 2 minutes every day, 2 minutes. Before you know it, it's 5 minutes. Before you know it, you not take an hour. Before you wait for nobody. Time is the only thing which is so constant. Before you know it, 4 hours, 5 hours of your day, you become very unproductive. You have bills to pay, you have a lot of things to do, but why? You're addicted to something. It's like taking drugs. You are addicted to this thing, so you always have to do it. You have to always watch it. You have to always watch it. It's taking a toll of you. You can't even be in your children's life. You can't even be in your own life. You can't even be in your partner's life. Why? Because this is what is causing this feeling of unworthiness. Because when you begin to do these things, you will have this bad feeling in you, like, oh my gosh, for how long am I going to keep doing this? For how long will I keep living like this every day? This is what's going on with me. For how long will I keep, doing that? It's going to give you, but when you are sitting by yourself, you know that, what, this thing is taking a toll of me. I met this lady one time, she was just like expressing herself to me, and she was sharing her testimony with me. She was like, oh, Bella, you know what? Before, it started like a joke. Some people will be like, oh, I can never watch porn. Some people will be like, oh, I watch it. It's never going to affect me in any way. But before you really know it, that thing would take a toll of, oh, how am I doing? And all of that. So, we're chatting. And she was giving me her testimony. She said, before she used to say she can never do drugs. So porn is an addiction. It's like drugs. The more you take it, the more you want to take it. So she said she told her friend she could never smoke, she could never do any crazy thing. And this lady started associating herself with people that, smoked and stuff. So she was like, oh, no, I'm not smoking. I'm just doing, hanging out. So this porn thing is the same thing. You'll be like, oh, I can never watch porn. But when you start, it's never going to happen. So this lady was telling me that, oh my gosh, do you know what happened? I was with these people, and what they did was, they started smoking. So I was like, oh, I'm never going to smoke. She said before she knew it, it said, oh, just take a sip, just taste it. And she smoked just a little bit one day. Before she knew it, she started wanting a lot of the smoking. And she'll be finishing a pack of cigarettes every day. Before she knew it, she started doing drugs. She was taking meth and everything, and that thing destroyed her. It took God to help her to even stop. She said it was the most difficult thing. And when she looked back, she was like, how did I get here? It's the same thing with ruining people's life. It's like a drug. When you start it, the more you want to keep doing it over and over. Remember, those are pictures, especially for someone who is a visual person. When you have or see a visual picture, you can never forget. Right now, at my age, there are some things that happened to me maybe when I was like 10 years old. I still remember them very well, explicitly, like straight to the point. It's the same thing, with some things I told my grandmother. She's like, I don't remember ever seeing or hearing that. When did that ever happen? And I'm gonna tell her everything. And then she's like, oh my God, I forgot about it. I just remembered. So it's going to take a toll of you. Maybe a week later, you say, oh, I've stopped it. But those pictures will keep flashing in your mind because you were addicted to it, or you are addicted to it. You always go back. Why? Because you want more. The more you see, the more you want to see it. But it's taking a toll of you. Remember that if you're in a relationship with somebody, what are you supposed to be doing? You're supposed to be spending enough and a lot of time together. You are supposed to be spending amazing time laughing, smiling, getting to know each other. If you have time, go out, hang out, have fun. Look, before you know it, maybe you can be 20, you're still very agile and hot. Imagine you're 50 years old or 70, 80 years old. You won't have time to be doing some crazy things. You're all grown up. the relationships that you have, not just with yourself, but with your partner and everything. And you also see cases of rape and all of that. I was like talking about this to somebody about the difference in culture, depending where you go or you find yourself. And I was just talking to this lady and I realized like, oh wow, like Africans, we have like a different culture. When you travel, the people you go and meet them, they have a different culture. So why is the culture difference? You back home, you can just easily trust your child with, you see them rape a little child, and you see a very old woman raping a 2 months old, 5 years old child. So this gets me thinking, like, why is this time so perverted? Why? Because porn is a contributor or a contribution to that, because the place is so perverted, because you see a lot of nude, naked, pornographic things all over the internet and everything. Imagine if a guy spends all his time watching that and he's aroused and stuff. What is going to happen? The next time he's going to just speak a little child. Is really destroying. It's a very destructive thing. A lot of people will not, really see that. Because one of the things that got me thinking is, I realize a lot of people like go to jail for doing some crimes and all of that. And they say, oh, child pornography and all whatnot. I'm like, if you even let pornography out there, and there's child pornography out there as well, why would people not do whatever they want to do? But you guys end up putting them in jail. It doesn't even make sense. Why don't you even just stop the production of that? The thing is, this thing is affecting people, grown ups, young people as well. And a lot of people, knowingly or unknowingly, they have actually, undergone, this kind of crazy things because of porn. Like I was talking to you guys about the divorce rates. You see lots of children, they now grow up in like broken homes. You see a lot of children, they are like, oh my gosh, you know what? I can't stand this. Oh my gosh, parents are all apart. The children grow up broken. Before you know it, they're the streets. You see someone who had a very promising future, but it's time to study. They don't study. They spend all their time because they're addicted to this porn. They are just watching and watching. Some people, you'll be like, oh my gosh, I never watch porn. So what, 4 hours, 5, 6, 7 hours of their time just watching it? Just because maybe you're watching me and you say just because you don't do it doesn't mean a lot of people don't. This thing is really ruining relationships, is ruining people's lives, people's careers, people's finances as well. It's really crazy, guys. I'm telling you, it is crazy. So, like I always said, and I always say this all the time, that on this channel, we try our best to fix each other's crowns. We do our best to, push people to be a better version of themselves. And that even involves not only in your relationship, it doesn't just involve, like, can do this, go for it. And one of the things is, if you are in a relationship, like I always say all the time, if you are in a relationship, what will make you make a difference in that relationship is if you as a person communicate. So, I've spoken about how porn affects your relationship. Maybe you're listening, you'll be like, so how can I, stop? If I'm, really doing this and it's taking a toll of me, taking a toll of my relationship, the first thing is you can pray about it, like, God, help me with this thing. This is an addiction. The next thing is, there are so many places that you can seek for help. You can ask, like, oh my God, can you help me? Can you please do this and all whatnot? People are willing to talk to you. People are willing to talk to you and all of that. You can even talk with and to your partner about it. I'm telling you that it's going to be very, very worth it. Some way or the other, in some way, shape, or form. Before you know it, I'm telling you that this relationship thing, I think it was last week or so, I was talking to somebody, a friend, and I was like, this life is not really balanced, because you see some people, they're like, oh, let's do this. And the next time, this is what they are doing. And somebody will be like, oh my gosh, I really wish that I have a car, and somebody has a lot and they are not even using them. So in this life, I've just learned that if you are in a relationship and it's a healthy relationship, you as a person, you need to be grateful. You have to communicate, do your best to make it work. If you find that person you love, listen, people will always come to be like haters and stuff like that. Push, push, push. Let your relationship work. Today my pastor said something. He was like, sometimes you just talk carelessly with somebody or to somebody, and you're like, oh my gosh, this, that. You don't even know that maybe you're talking like that, and that person doesn't even have what you have, and they are jealous of you. You may not know it. So it urged me, and this is making me think. If you are in a relationship, a healthy relationship, your partner can communicate. Like there's no perfect relationship out there. There's no perfect relationship out there. The only relationship that is probably perfect is the one with you and God. Guys, nothing should actually stop you. Nothing should. Don't just let yourself, to be like, oh my gosh, you know what? This is the only thing, in quotes, like this. No, don't be stereotyped. Don't be adamant to change. If your relationship, you need to do it. I'm not saying you should go and change for the wrong things or for the wrong motives and stuff like that. No, because this porn thing, like I'm saying, it destroys a lot of people. It's just destroying a lot of destinies. People's lives like are on the loose and like just are on the edge, and it's causing a lot of harm. So I'm telling you, I know I'm almost done. And today we're actually talking about how porn destroys your relationship, how porn ruining your relationship. You don't even know it. You can be watching me and you are like, oh my gosh, I've been a victim of this. I'm telling you, people need to do that. People need to know what's going on. Porn is made to be destructive. It's meant to be there to be like lonely. Don't set unrealistic standards because, oh, so there are some things that you can always change in your relationship if it's not working, like communication and every other thing. So don't use this thing as an escape route, for you to be able to do whatever you want to do whenever and however. No, life is too short. Be happy, make merry, be joyful, jubilate. And if you find any quality time, that it is that you will probably spend with your friends, loved ones, and your family, make it count because don't even make any sense. Guys, it's always plenty of love from me to you guys. If you are watching, please don't forget to subscribe. Give me a thumbs up. Anything beauty. To me, beauty is not just about, the outward appearance. It's from inward out. What you eat will determine if you'll be beautiful, you look good, you feel good or not. What you wear is going to also determine if you will look good, if you will feel good and all whatnot. How you do things and how you relate to people. Those things are the things that it involves or involved in beauty rather. So if you are watching me, guys, on this channel, I have lots of cooking videos. I have lots of different kinds of videos, from relationships to motivations and to every good thing, guys. So if this is your first time, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, like, share, subscribe, guys. It's always amazing. It's always beautiful when we have this chat. And remember that you watching me, you are big. And if you have watched this video till the very end, you are amazing. You're beautiful. I appreciate means so much to me, guys. And I'm telling you out there that if you are single, you'll definitely get a partner someday. Don't let anybody make you feel worthless. Don't let anybody rather make you feel that you are not good enough. Don't let anybody make you feel that you are unworthy. You are beautiful. You are amazing. Go for your dreams. This year, 2021, and a lot of us waste a lot of stuff in 2020. This is 2021. If you are watching me and you don't, you want to start a business, you want to go to school, you want to learn a trade, you want to just do whatsoever, guys, I'm telling you and I'm encouraging you. This is what we do best on this channel. Go for your dreams, realize those things, and I'm telling you, it's going to be very, very hard. Very hard. I don't promise you that whatever thing it is you want in this life is going to be so easy. They say nothing good comes easy. So go out there, hustle, go out there, go for your dreams, go out there and fight. It's going to be very hard. It's going to be almost impossible. But if you can think it, if you can venture into it, you will be able to realize your dreams. You will be able to go for the things that you want to go for. And I'm telling you, it's going to be hard, but you can do it. If other people can do it, you can do it too. Push yourself to the limit. This year, do your best to do something. Do your best to start something. Like I always said, my first live stream, I think this is like the third live stream. My very first live stream, I was so nervous. I was like, oh my gosh, I don't think I can do it. I did it. You too can do it. You too can push yourself to be a better version of yourself, guys. Remember that change is progressive. The only person that you watching can be in competition with them. It's always plenty of love from me to you. Bye-bye. Mwah.